Let's talk about the unsolved case of Yoon. It's about the unsolved case in which 3 or more Korean men fled to the Philippines and captured and held hostage other Korean travelers. The goal was to extort money from them or their families, but in a lot of these cases, I don't think the culprits had any intention of letting their hostages go. Let's first talk about the victim Yoon, who was a bright young man who had served in the military and wanted to go on a trip to the Philippines before he would have to take up jobs overseas. It's believed that when he got to the Philippines, somehow he got connected with strange Korean men. The footage that you see behind me is one of the last footages of him. It's him most likely in a Philippines karaoke or norebang, and in the video he's playfully and happily just singing with and to someone. No one knows who it is. Yoon's family started to get worried about him because he usually called back often. However, for a while he hadn't called. Initially, his family thought that maybe, because in the Philippines, there are many areas without service due to nature, maybe he wasn't calling back. One day, Yoon's sister finally got a call. It was Yoon, and he told his sister that he lost his wallet and that he needed her to give him his credit card information. She went to his room and retrieved the information. It didn't seem like he wanted to worry his parents. Later, it was discovered that through those credit cards, the culprits had siphoned anywhere from $33,000 to $34,000 USD. They transferred the money to various shell companies. Yoon's family tried to get the Philippines Police Department to help. However, ultimately, they weren't of much help to them. Approximately a year after Yoon disappeared, his family finally got a call. It was the culprits. They told Yoon's family to transfer money to them if the family wanted to at least see his remains or something of the sort. I believe Yoon's sister had rejected this blackmailing because the culprits had obviously gotten money from them already, so maybe she didn't believe them, I'm not sure. And just like that, starting from around 2008 in his appearance, Yoon has never been heard from again. However, there are massive clues to his disappearance. Only a week after Yoon would have been kidnapped, the culprits tried to kidnap the man you see behind me. They had lured this man on an internet forum, so one of the culprits had communicated with the man behind me and said they wanted to hang out. Eventually, they captured this man and beat him until he broke his ribs. I believe they took around $20,000 from him and let him go. However, this man noticed something scary. He saw the karaoke that the culprits took Yoon. Then he said, "Hey, that place looks familiar. They also took me to a place like this." Behind me are the 3 most likely culprits. In the past, 1 or more of them ended the living of a young woman in South Korea. Then they fled to the Philippines. There, they lured unsuspecting Korean tourists, extorted them, and likely made them no longer amongst the living. Please be careful out there.